All right, guys, welcome to video number 3, where I take you through a visual example of everything we've been learning in videos number 1 and 2, and you get an idea of how your information should be flowing through your website when potential patients or first-time visitors come and are searching for information, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so Perfectly Dental Associates is my fake company that I just mocked up really fast for you guys so you could see, again, so you could get an idea, an example of how you as practitioners should be relaying information to people as they come to your website. So Perfectly Dental Associates, they see the logo when they first come in, and then they're going to see your navigation, and they're not going to care about either one of those things, right? They're searching for a specific piece of information, and it's not necessarily your services or your contact. It's something that's going to trigger them to say, you know what, I want to deal with these guys. Okay, so that's the purpose of this website. So at the end of the navigation, you see schedule consultation, that button off to the right hand side. Now, this is your call to action. This is going to be repeated throughout your website, okay? Repetition is king in sales and marketing. So the more times that people see it, the more comfortable they're going to get, and the more they're going to be forced to make a decision, all right? So again, they're not going to care right now, but it's going to be the first touch point of this call to action. And guys, remember, you want visitors to do something. That is the purpose of your entire website. It's not to sit there and be a brochure for people to scan through and then forget about and throw in the trash. You want them to do something. So you're presenting information that's going to lead them to make a decision, either yes or no. Either one is fine, because no's, you can follow through later, or they're just not your right customer in the first, right patient in the first place. And a yes means you can get them through the door and you can start to walk them through your sales machine. All right. So let's move on down to the header. Now, take a look at that copy right there. Dental care for your perfect special event. Remember in video number 2 when I told you that your website needs to say or answer 3 important questions. And the first question is, what do you offer? The second is, how does that offer transform their life for the better? And remember, that's social survival, right? How are you helping them survive socially? And then the third is, how do they get it? These are the 3 questions you have to answer right off the bat, immediately, as soon as they hit your website, because that's where they're looking for to make sure that they're in the right place. Now, they may not make a decision right then and there, but if you don't have that information at all, they're not going to go looking for it. So they don't even have a trigger to say, you know what, let me find out more about these guys. Okay, let me find out more about this practice. Now, your header image needs to grab hold. Okay, now again, you can use a picture of yourself. You are the dental practice owner, but make sure you're doing it if you're going to be the touch point for every piece of marketing that comes out, meaning you're going to be front and center for everything. If not, if you're not going to build that personal brand and that's not your push or your focus, do not use yourself. Just use an image that links back to those social survival triggers, okay? That means don't put them in, don't put them, guys, listen to this. Don't put them in that dental chair, you know, that stock photo of them smiling in the dental chair. It's not what they care about, okay? Speak to the benefit of why they're going in the first place, which leads me to my next point. You need to target a specific group of people, okay? Now, I know that seems like you're probably excluding some people in Warner Robins. That's okay. You actually are. But the key is, once you've narrowed down on a specific group of people, you can start to bounce to different groups, but you have to target somebody, and you got to target people that are aligned with you, and you have the right knowledge to be able to speak to them in the right way. Okay, now for this one, dental care for your perfect special event, I'm targeting people with special events going on in Warner Robins, particularly, obviously, brides. See, that's a big thing, and it's always going on. It's evergreen. People are always getting married, and they always have these special events going on, especially marital ceremonies. So I targeted brides for this one, and the picture is bold, it's bright, it's got a smiling bride on it, and she is just looking lovely with her new lovely smile that she got from Perfectly Dental. See how that works? So now you're actually speaking the language of somebody who's coming to your site, and they've got this ceremony coming up, and they're kind of jittery and they're kind of stressed out and they got one more detail to take care of, and you're answering a question so fast. What do you offer? Dental care. What is it for? Special events, especially mine, because I'm getting married just like this woman. And how do I get information? What do I got to do? Schedule a consultation. Boom, the call to action's right there, and they can just flow on with it. Guys, your header is super important. Do not waste time here. Okay, be very clear, be very specific, get to the point. Don't get poetic. All right, let's move on down. Now, the next section is, if you can't get them to schedule that consultation up in the header, then you got some more convincing to do, right? So the next section here, why let a less than perfect smile ruin your perfectly planned day? What I'm doing is I'm showing the results, the ruin of their day if they don't take action, right? It's not about you, it's about them still, and what happened to them in their life, in their day, if they don't take action. Again, I'm targeting brides, I'm targeting people with special events, but especially brides, right? They've planned meticulously for every detail, from the flowers to the colors to where people are standing to the venue to this, that, and the other. All of it is planned. So I'm telling them, why would you let your smile, which is going to be in every single picture, everything else is going to fade away, right? The venue's going to disappear. The flowers are going to be thrown in the trash once the ceremony's over. The drinks, this, that, and the other. But the pictures are going to last a lifetime. So why would you let your smile ruin the memory of a perfectly planned day? That's what this is about. It's just showing them, hey, I know what you're going through. I know what's about to happen, and you need to think about this one thing right here again. And again, there's a call to action right there, because I don't want them going and scanning for information. It's there. If that gets them, then cool. They can schedule their consultation right here by clicking the button. But if we move on down, this is kind of the first phase where you get to talk about yourself, okay? Most dental practitioners enter themselves into this story, this journey, way too early, way up at the beginning, where you want to talk about how you served the community for 35 plus years and you give excellent dental quality care, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. That text kills you every time, and you just don't know it. Nobody's making a decision based off of that information, guys. They're making a decision based off of referrals, because your website isn't giving anything to the fight. Let me say that again. You're not getting anybody based off of your website. You're getting your traffic based off of referrals, which you need and is an awesome service to your practice. But what about getting referrals and having people convert from the website itself? That's 2 streams of traffic instead of 1. That's what you're missing, okay? So you got to change up. Take yourself out of the story. But right now, in this third section, this is where you can kind of enter it. But again, it's always about them, even though you're talking about yourself. So we don't care about great smiles. We care about the memories you're creating. Again, I'm telling them, hey, you got memories that you're coming up with, right? Remember back in section 2 right there, the perfectly planned day, the pictures that last a lifetime. Why would you ruin that? I'm telling them, again, I'm triggering emotion. We care about the memories you're creating. And I'm letting them know that, hey, look, I care. I do care. And I believe that as practitioners, you do care about your patients. So this is where you just let them know, look, I care. That's all I have to say. I don't have to say for 35 years I've been in the community. No. Doesn't matter, okay? That's about you. That's you being the hero of the story instead of being the mentor who guides them towards their hero image, which is like the image up in the header. See how it all ties together? I love this stuff. Sorry, I'm getting excited. Anyway, again, call to action there. But on the right-hand side, check it out. Let me talk about this 35 plus year service in quality dental care, and Dr. blah, blah, blah has been here doing this, that, and the other. Again, nobody cares, but you can make that matter by spinning it again towards your patients. So 264 weddings served is so much more compelling than been in the community for 35 years. Think about it. I'm a bride. I spend so much money, time, stress. I'm nervous. I'm scared, right? And I just need somebody who gets it now. You've said that you've done you've done special events, and you told me that I'm going to ruin my day by not taking action. And now I'm looking and I'm saying, wow, look at this guy. He's been a part of 264 weddings. People love him. They support him. And I can too. Then down here, 317 picture days and senior photos. Remember, special events, even though I'm targeting brides because that's evergreen, there's also other special events going on that happen all the time in Warner Robins, like picture day, like graduation, like prom. See where I'm going? When you target down on a specific group of people who are looking for a specific service for a specific reason, that's how you get into the town. 323 family portraits, right? Again, all these things happen all the time. And even though you're narrowing down on people with your message by saying special events, what happens once that special event is over? If you've done great service and you've taken care of me during my special event, who am I coming back to? Again, even if I don't have a special event, for those regularly scheduled appointments. Think about it. Who am I going to tell in my circle of my social circle they should go to when they're looking for referrals about a dentist? See how this works, guys. You can infiltrate the community by narrowing down and focusing and bringing a loyal group of people back to you. That's the power of your communication and your brand message. All right, let's move on down. Now, this next section is important. Listen up. Here's how it works. That's the name. No, that's the name of the section. Here's how it works. But what I'm actually doing here is I'm doing a service to the visitor, because now if they're down here in this journey, they really are on the verge of making a decision, right? And when you're telling them to, okay, come and do business with me, if they're at this point on your website, like I said, they're on the fence. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to make the decision easier. And now they're thinking about cost. So I know you've triggered them. The fact that they made it this far lets me know that you triggered an emotion. They heard what you're saying. They understand that I need to take an action, but I'm weighing my options now. And that option is going to be price. Okay. They know that dentistry is expensive, and so do you. So don't fake the funk. All right. Everybody knows it. And so now they're weighing that cost versus benefit thing. So you've got to make the decision a little bit easier. And you got to do that because you're inviting risk onto them at this point. Now they have to make a decision, and you have to be able to back up what you've been telling them. And that's a risk. That's a risk that they're looking at. So you need to alleviate the risk. And you're going to do that by giving them a 3-step plan. Now, I know you offer way more services than that. Probably you have a laundry list of services, but I don't care about that laundry list, and neither do they. They need a way to say, you know what, this is digestible. I understand it. It's not boggling my brain with medical terminology that I just don't understand. Just let them know what's going on. So clean them up, shine them up, fix them up. You're going to post all of your services under one of these 3 buckets, and you don't have to list them. You can literally just say, like, for instance, clean them up. Great for school events. Great for this, that, and the other. You just list out, again, the benefit of the patient, right, of the visitor, not your laundry list of service that nobody cares about, because I don't care about x-rays, so-and-so and so-and-so. I'm looking for, is this applied to me? Does this apply to me? And so you do that under each one, and you give them a 3-step plan that they can work with and they can digest, and they can say, you know what? Yeah, I got this. This is an easy decision to make. All right. Schedule a consultation. Now, underneath this section, going on down, you see this right here. And this is my fake doctor, by the way. I love this guy. I don't know. Maybe it's the eyebrows. I don't get it. But anyway, this is your, this is your lead generator. Okay. Now, this is very important here, okay? So you got them to this point. Maybe they couldn't make that decision with your 3-step plan, but they're pretty much on the verge of it. This is the hook, line, and sinker. This is your freebie. You're going to give them something free or low cost, but I guarantee you, just do something free, guys. Get them in the door. And what it does, it actually grabs their email address. And this is important. And I perfectly honest, this is what I did to you. If you're here listening to me, I did the exact same thing to you, and I'm not ashamed of it, because at the end of the day, my services benefit you They have value to you, and I'm very proud of that. So I'm going to do whatever I can to help people and make an honest living and feed my family with that. And you should do the same, okay? So what you're doing is you're grabbing that email address and you're showing them that, hey, look, I'm not here to take everything from you. I can give back too. Okay, so schedule a free teeth cleaning, whatever it is. You grab an email address, they click on it. It's going to take them to another page that says thank you, and here's the phone number for your scheduled appointment. Go ahead and put it down. We'll schedule that appointment. You come in and we'll get it going. All right. So you still get them through the door, but even if they don't, later on, you can use that email address to target them with specific ads in Facebook, Instagram, different whatever social media platform that you use. You can use that email address to target them, and you can also use it to send them email notifications that are a little bit more, not a little bit, a lot more targeted, that actually have value to them and aren't spam of you trying to sell. But really, you're just trying to help them out in whatever way possible because you know your audience, and it doesn't always have to be about dentistry, right? That's your way of keeping contact with people, and that's very, very important to do, okay? That's how you stay in front of potential patients, first-time visitors, and visitors who left and didn't come back. You can still talk to them, and maybe you can convert them down the line because this is not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? And then after this, if you go on down, the rest of this, you can put whatever you want on your website, guys. It's yours, especially after this point. Just, you could throw in the woodworks, but this is basically like the junk drawer, okay? This is everything else. You can put your testimonials here. Actually, you can put testimonials up a little bit higher too, but not necessary. You can put them down here. Just let them see that, hey, look, we've serviced these patients in the past. That's where you put your contact information. That's where you can talk about yourself a little bit. Say, hey, look, I've served the community for 35 years. Like, this is where you put that type of information, okay? And that's pretty much it, guys. That is the flow of information. Those are the 5 changes applied to a visual example so you can get your website to do something. All right, guys, you did it. You finished the training. So take these tactics and take the logic behind them, deploy them into your website's messaging, and you'll really start to see a difference in how people engage with your website, and you'll start to see real results coming in, okay? That's how you grow. Now, that being said, I don't just want you to grow. I want you to win. I want you to win and win big. And I think you do too. So that means you got to stop doing one thing. And I'm going to tell you how to do that. So Warner Robins dental practice owners, listen up. Okay. I need you to stop doing this. Stop competing against each other, because you're hurting yourselves, okay? And it's not necessary. See, when you compete against each other by using your brands to brand better than the other, what you're actually doing is you're binding yourself in the eyes of your potential patients to each other. So you're all starting to look the same to them, and you're not controlling the conversation that you need to control with your brand message, all right? What you need to do is stop branding better and brand different. You have to separate, you have to differentiate yourself, okay? Now that's a hard thing to figure out, which is why I created my brand launcher package. And what this does is it takes everything you need about you so you can start saying the right things to the right people in the right way. That's the brand launcher package's mission and purpose, okay? So you're going to find the audience that's a perfect fit for you, and you're going to understand what influences their buying decisions, and then you're going to be able to speak that into every marketing platform that you have in a way that makes them take action. Guys, this is exactly what you need, okay? The brand launcher package is the perfect fit for you. So not only do you get audience data about themselves, but you get a brand story script, so you can have a steady stream of marketing content right off the bat already done for you that you can use for a very, very long time, guys. This is exactly what you need, the brand launcher package. So take a look below, find out more about it, or buy it now. And just get started, guys. I'm ready to work with you. I'm ready to just watch you win, because that helps me sleep at night. I love this. I love this branding thing. Okay, so I am Reggie of Reggie Brands. Check out the package. And again, congratulations. Great job on the training. And guys, I will see you next time.